Even though there's some new faces in the room, we have actually been actively paring down the back room for a couple reasons. One is the back room, as it kind of was started, has sort of run its course. One of the things that we're doing in the back room is just looking at how do we create the resources to be able to empower the group of entrepreneurs to do amazing things. What started as like a little ragtag team of Amazon All-Stars, it kind of ran its course, fulfilled its duties, did its thing, and doesn't really serve a purpose anymore. And instead, where the real resources are, where the real value is being able to bring complementary resources into businesses so that they can scale much bigger. So if somebody comes in with a cool idea, we can bring in the money, the distribution, and sometimes even the influencers based on who we know and incubate this company. A lot of times entrepreneurs will bounce from event to event to meetup, meeting new people, and they have all this access to opportunities. So it's like we're playing whack-a-mole. We have this one and we have all these irons in the fire and none of them happen. What I have attempted to create as my role in the group is to get a landscape of what everyone is doing so that I know how to facilitate some of those opportunities among other members of the group. So one of the things we talked about yesterday was Daniel really underselling his skill set, even to himself, and not seeing the perspective of how that skill set could be applied to other businesses. And so something that I told Dan, and I still want to have one-on-one time with you to talk about this, was just coming up with ideas and examples of how that skill set could apply to random businesses. We have seen in this group people come in, grow from 1 million to 10, which is great, but then somebody else in the group buy the business for $50 million. Like that has happened.
I would love to partner with somebody who could, same exact thing. So like if you see my product line and you're like, is there something like that we could really solve a certain particular problem? I mean, you know, in the jewelry space, I don't know what that is, but maybe there's something there.
I would love to use that skill set for linking to a website. Because that skill set is so, if you don't understand it, to use that right there, acquiring a customer through Facebook and driving that cold traffic to your website, just that in and of itself is very hard to do.
When you really are bringing people with aligned interests together, you create more than you could have created on your own. That's what all business relationships should be.
So what I'm really looking for is someone that I can work with, that really just fits together, because if I have to put more effort into figuring out how to make it work for you rather than understanding that I have the capability of making it work now, then it's going to be I forgot what I said.
Everyone understands what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm giving you data so that you can start to see like, oh, like I could eventually partner with somebody with this skill set and build a really cool brand and never have to learn brand building. Your skill set is valuable enough to have equity in a cool company that could scale and sell. I want you to see that there's evidence for that in that little 10-minute sesh, because we could do this all day in coming up with ideas and companies that we all know that would benefit from that. If you have been stuck in the same set of problems for long enough, it means you're not growing, and it means that you aren't changing. It's your community that helps you grow into the person capable of running that business the way that it needs to be run for it to grow. Man, it wasn't until like 8 years into being an entrepreneur that I met the person who just, first of all, believed in me no matter what, and saw me the same whether I was running a $100 million company or I was broke. It's such a tragedy right now that we are in a world that does such an intense comparison game. We're always sizing each other up. So we tend to feel like if I don't produce in the marketplace, I don't matter. And so there was a moment for me where I realized that this group, and actually everything that we do at capitalism.com, is about empowering and creating great entrepreneurs. Not just ideas or strategies or tactics, but growing the person, believing in the person, investing in the person, giving them the ability to step into what they can create, which is very, very different than buying a course, having an event. Because you change companies by changing people.